like to start with what I know and then work towards what I don't know. I wanted to take the formality of the house and the informality of the woods and kind of make the two combine. I'd like to show you how not to mulch around a tree. It's a step that I see very few landscapers doing. You want to make sure to have variation in your heights. Look at how lovely this is. We just cued the butterfly to come in. How you doing today, folks? I just finished landscaping the front of a house where the folks just moved into this house, and the person who lived here before was clearly a very avid gardener. And you know, as I've been working, I've been kind of looking at the beds and just you know, enjoying seeing what's going on there. So I thought what I'd do is something a little bit different today, is kind of take you through someone else's garden and just kind of, you know, start rattling off a name of some plants. I was quite pleased because I recognized not all, but most of the plants in the beds. So this is a good chance for me to kind of refresh myself about some of the other plants out there, and maybe you'll see some plants that'll you know, get you some ideas for your own garden as well. So all we're going to do is we're just going to walk around the garden. I'll see if I can think of the name of the plant, say a little bit about it. There may be a few I don't know the name of the plant, but I can talk a little bit about what it does. And just keep an eye below the video. If I don't know the name, I'll look it up and put the name there. Or if I put the name there and it's the wrong name and somebody corrects me, I'll put an annotation or something so we get it right. But we're just going to get some inspiration today. We'll call this one something like gardening inspiration. Right now it is mid-June, just to give you an idea of when things bloom. And the first thing that's coming to my mind in the garden is these lupines. These have already bloomed. There's a few stragglers there, but you've got some lupine there. And that's a pretty good plant. This garden is in definitely a dry spot. I would say this is a full sun, dry garden. So whatever you're looking at, full sun and dry. But that there would be lupine. And then this is a bit of a rare one. You know, I don't see this very often, but this is Centaurea montana, mountain bluet. And it's a pretty unique flower and definitely different. And that's one that I actually got some last year and put in my own house. Otherwise, I'd probably be stumbling over what it is. But very cool, and you definitely don't see it very often. And once this plant finishes blooming, you'll just want to grab the entire plant and cut everything down maybe 5 to 6 inches from the ground, and it'll get bushy again and you may get a few more blooms. We've got the hosta. And this one looks like some form of black-eyed Susan, but I couldn't tell you which one. I'll have to come back in a week and see what that bloom looks like. And then we've got some daisies here, which is I'm gonna screw up the Latin name, but it's Leucanthemum, something to that effect. Maybe it's Leucanthemum superbum. But we got our Shasta daisies in full bloom, and those are native. You'll see those growing on the side of the road. And then here we've got our German iris. So these have already bloomed. So if you've got German iris that have already bloomed, what you can do is go through the garden and just cut these stalks down. And I'll put a video right over here. I made a video on how to maintain these iris. I'll put the video right over here for you, showing you all about that. Okay, and then we've got some more lupines here. These ones are just coming into bloom. That's pretty cool. And then this is another type of daisy, but I don't really know which daisy this one is. I want to say it's like a Montauk Daisy, but I think the foliage should be a little bit thicker for a Montauk Daisy. So we'll have to figure that one out. And then here, these are some Coreopsis, which I usually don't plant this one because it sprawls quite a bit, but I know this one's in cultivation. So if you like that look, it's Coreopsis, and I'm pretty sure I could find you a cultivar for that one. And then back here we've got some Miscanthus. Not sure the cultivar again. I don't do a ton of ornamental grasses anymore, but this one, you know, when you see your maiden grass, what you can do is just take a look at it, and you see how there's one stripe down the center of it. That's usually how you can tell your maiden grass, if you see a big clump of grass like this. So it's probably something like Gracillimus, but I will look it up and see if I can tell you. But maiden grass, this clump of grass here is going to be about 6 feet tall, have really nice seed heads in the fall, and it's an awesome look. But just know that maiden grass gets huge, so if you're going to plant it, you really want to make sure you leave enough room in the garden. Don't know what this plant is. Not really sure. It's reminding me of something called turtle head or chelone, but I couldn't tell you because I don't plant turtle head enough. So if anybody can recognize that plant, there's the leaves for you. Let me know.